Welcome back, everyone. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time you're watching this at. Welcome to my channel. My name is Daniel Patrick. I am a realtor out of North Texas in the DFW area. I just feel like I gotta intro my videos sometimes because starting to get a little bit more subscribers, getting a little bit more momentum in the channel. More people are starting to come across with everything. So my last video over in Salina, the Green Meadows video, did really good. So I was pretty happy with that and everything. Maybe a lot of people are looking over in Salina, or that one got a lot of hits. So I figured I'd do a tour over here in Frisco at this really good location up over this bridge. We're currently going over the train tracks that run right through Frisco. It's gonna be a 96-acre community called Frisco Springs. We're right off El Dorado. Back the other way, the west, is the tollway, which is about 5 minutes away. However, on a day when it's like or a weekday when it's 5 o'clock, it'll take you like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get to the tollway from here. But it's just right over the bridge. All right, so entering into Frisco Springs. This is one of the newest communities around here. This area will go to a Frisco ISD school, of course. It'd be kind of awkward being called Frisco Springs and not going to a Frisco ISD school. Memorial High School, which is one of the new high schools that just got built, is what's zoned for this area. I'm just gonna take you on a quick tour of this. I just thought this location is really good. You're right off El Dorado. Preston is just a little bit more east, which can take you all the way down to Dallas and all the way up to Salina. That's a really major road people get on. And then, like I said, the tollway is just back the other way. So you're kind of in the middle of both those like major roads to kind of drive around. This section right here has got a lot of construction. And then some homes are available. This one's right here is actually listed. So I'm guessing somebody put in a construction contract. Builders came back and were like, hey, we need $40,000 extra. You got that? And they were like, no. Builder put it back on the market, and now some of these houses in here are available. The market's been going crazy, of course. They haven't even, like, some websites haven't even updated what the real price is in here. Like, there's some websites that are saying like this neighborhood is going at a high of $750,000. But in reality, there's homes now getting listed upwards of almost $900,000. So soon, there's gonna be $1 million homes within this neighborhood. It is a good location. They have like walking trails and that type of amenity stuff as well. They got parks throughout here. 96 acres of it is the community. 20 acres of it is just green space. But they got a whole bunch of slabs getting laid down right now. There's about 5 builders in here. There's the Toll Brothers, Lennar, CB Ginny, Village Builders, and Normandy Homes. And like a CB Ginny home's like a townhome, and those are going for $525,000 in here. And that's like not a house, right? That's a townhouse. So townhouses are already going for almost $550,000 in this location. It's just, this is kind of the high end in this neighborhood, just because of the area we're at. Across the street is Warren Sports Complex. So if you have a kid and they're into sports, you're gonna be going to play at Warren, the sports complex. It has like baseball fields, soccer fields, volleyball courts, sand volleyball courts, tennis stuff, basketball courts, and that, and those types of activities over there. It's a huge sports complex. I played there a bunch as a kid. I played a bunch of soccer in the youth soccer league. So if you guys got questions about that too, like if you have a kid that's in sports and y'all are moving to Frisco, Dallas area, and you're wondering about what the good sports are, like select soccer, select hockey, football, that type of stuff, I can help point you in the right direction with that. I have been growing up around this area playing all types of sports, so I'm pretty aware of like the teams and the levels of play and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any interest, because I know there's some parents that they're gonna put their kid in high school sports, and then there's some parents that are gonna put their kid in the select sport. That's kind of how I was. I played hockey, and there is high school hockey, but high school hockey in Texas is terrible. It is absolutely atrocious. But Texas select hockey is good. And if you got offended by me saying Texas high school hockey is atrocious, then you really don't know good hockey. I'm just throwing that out there, okay? High school hockey in Dallas and Texas is just, it's not the same as high school hockey in Minnesota. We put all our emphasis on high school football. That's where our loyalty lies around here in Texas when it comes to the high school sports. So here's their amenity center right here. They got a little park as well. And then they have another park on this other side. Let me take you through these CB lots right here. But for me, $550K for a townhouse seems pretty steep. You gotta want it, guys. You really gotta want Frisco, because this is a whole lot of money to drop on just a townhouse, when you could just go a little bit more north, down 423 or down Preston, and be in a whole house, 2,000 square feet for that price range. But this area is zoned for a really good school, a really competitive area. Guys, when it comes to high schools and that type of stuff, and like, let's say you want to go to one of the popular Frisco ISD high schools, whether that be Wakeland, Memorial, Reedy, one of those. Make sure, if you really care about that high school and you really want your kid to go to that high school, buy a house where you can see the high school, like literally be able to see the high school. They're zoning and rezoning things all the time. If you're on the furthest outskirts of like the zoning for, let's say, a Wakeland, you might get rezoned within the next 2 years, and you're not going to be happy, because then you might get zoned to Frisco High School, and you know, their soccer team might not be as good, their football team might not be as good, and you might really care about that with your kid. I knew some families that were zoned for Wakeland, bought a house for Wakeland, got rezoned 2 years later. They got zoned to Frisco High School. Didn't want to go to Frisco High School. Ended up moving their kids into Legacy, or into LCA, one of the private Christian schools around here. So just make sure whatever you're doing your research on, and wherever you're looking, make sure you're looking at the zoning and all that type of stuff, because it does change. Okay, so on this left side is where I was talking about that Warren Sports Complex over there. They got a huge parking lot. They have so many activities going on every weekend. And that type of stuff. I remember I'd go out there on the last day of school. We'd go out to the volleyball courts out there, because they had sand volleyball courts. Sand volleyball courts are here and over at the Little Elm Park as well. So there's just two areas to have a really good fun time on the weekends when it's like warm. It's just the Little Elm Park is, I think, better, because not only does it have like way more volleyball courts, but it also has the lake that you can just like walk into. But yeah, right now, currently, you're gonna see online that the closed prices in here are from like $300 to like $750. But they have a current list in here, 4-bed, 4-bath, 3,000 square feet, $770,000. And then the median price in here is about $420,000, but that is just because of the CB Ginny homes, the townhomes that are bringing that median price. I would say if you want a house in here, you're gonna need to be upwards of like $650,000 in your price range. And then on this back side, they have like a walking trail and that type of stuff. You're about 12 minutes away from the Stonebriar Mall. And then you're about 10 minutes away from downtown Frisco, and you're close to the tollway, so that's pretty nice. Like if you have to make a commute down to Dallas, you can hop on, 30-minute drive, easy. But the lots in here, the homes in here are about 60 feet wide. There's kind of like a bigger, you get a bigger front yard within this neighborhood compared to some of the other ones I previously toured, like over in Little Elm. But I mean, if I'm paying $770,000 for a house, it better have a good sized front yard. Here's what the back side kind of looks like in some of these houses. There's still enough room for a pool if you want to put that in. And then they got this back side, there's a retaining wall. On the other side, I will say there is a cemetery. So if you're not into that vibe, being around a cemetery, you can't really see it, but it is there on that side. And then the other side is just still like open fields. And the Memorial High School, which is the high school that your kids would end up going to, is super close, like walking distance. Yeah, these are the trophy signature homes with this kind of layout right here. And then these front yards do not have mailboxes. The mailboxes are kind of put in those black boxes at the end of the streets to pick up mail. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the all brick? Do you like the brick with stone? Kind of like this one, or like the gray or red? I don't know. I'm kind of down with the lighter colors. I'm starting to see that more people are kind of going away from the reds and that type of stuff. But there is a good amount of walking trails in here, so if you are a walker, not like a zombie walker, but if you are a walker, shout out Walking Dead if you got that reference. If you are a walker, plenty of walking trails around here. And yeah, let me take you guys over by the high school and show you guys kind of what that looks like. There's also a gun range real close to here, so if you're into that stuff, a really close gun range. One of the only ones in Frisco is right down the street from here as well. I mean, would it be Texas without a gun range? No. All right, and then here's El Dorado. This is gonna be like the main road that you take to get onto things, as well as Main Street. I've been on El Dorado so many times in my life, I have lost track. And there's more of the baseball fields from the Warren Sports Complex. Now we're gonna go over this bridge, which is kind of convenient right here because you don't have to deal with like a railroad stoppage. So if like there's a train coming through, you won't have to like wait for it. You can just go right over it. So that's kind of convenient. The only downside is there will be a train running through the backside of your houses as well. So just keep that in mind with that. It's not too bad. The trains really don't run through here that much as they used to. I think maybe once a week I'll hear the train come through just from like my house and where I'm living. But yeah, let's take you over by the school. So I'm going the long way, but there is like a little back shortcut through there that you could just like walk over there. And then on this side you have like Sonic, you got food, you got all types of eating, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell. I just could get Whataburger, McDonald's. I mean, you just name it, it's there. As well as a Costco. So, in the sense of the area and shopping and that stuff, getting onto like the tollway, all of that's super easy. All right, and then let me just take y'all to the front of the school, and then we'll just kind of get out. But here's what one of the new Frisco ISD schools look like. This is Memorial High School. It looks like a college campus, but that's how Frisco does it. If you really do care, if you have been doing your research about what schools you want to go to and the neighborhoods that go into that, just remember that Frisco is rezoning every 2 years. They're doing stuff, and just because you live there and you're zoned for there and your kid's been going there for a year, your kid might not be grandfathered in, and they might make you move. And that's what I'm currently seeing on like the neighborhood apps and HOA meetings and stuff like that. And like the school board meetings, and people getting very upset because they're spending a lot of money to move into some of these houses where the areas are going into Wakeland. And the reason why that house was so much is because it was going to Wakeland. And now you might actually lose a little bit in the price of your home because now your house isn't going to Wakeland High School, it's going to Frisco High School. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're picking a neighborhood that hasn't been rezoned a bunch. But that's where I'm going to end it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That's Frisco Springs for you. So if your price range is about 600K or up, that's where I would look at. It's a really good location. The only downside is, like I said, you're going to have like a train going through like the backside of your neighborhood and that type of stuff. But you're in a really good location. Like if you want to go to the Toyota Stadium, Stonebriar Mall, catch the really fun events around Frisco, you're kind of really by everything. You're right by Preston. You're right by the tollway. Super easy. If you want any more Frisco neighborhoods, let me know what you guys are looking at. Leave me a comment down below. Email me, Daniel@thehomexpertteam.com. Appreciate you guys all watching. We're up to 82 subscribers, almost at 100. Almost at 100. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Leave a comment. Give me some more ideas. Peace. Take it easy. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.